Love this part. This guy from the front ensemble with the tambourine and a wireless mic, originally not here. So we adjusted this moment. He was down on the front ensemble originally, and then actually the second version, he was over here on this stage right box.
For the first time in 15 years, welcome back from Dubuque, Iowa, the Colts.
All right, so the Silk Road. This was a really fun show to work on. Actually, a show that we worked on for 3 years because this was the show that was planned pre-pandemic. So it's been a really amazing process to see it grow over that time. So one of the things we did right off the bat, the whole idea that moved us through the show was the thought of coming from the silk moth all the way to the bazaar, all the way to the market, and what is that progression of silk? And that's something that we were really intrigued by. And the idea of the cocoon and the moth coming from the cocoon was a great place to start, and it gave us great aesthetic imagery to work with. Now we start building as the voices build. So, baritones start, actually really just the first and second baritone start, then layer in the third baritones and the tubas, and really just here allowing the stage to react to the music. Bass drums are paired with that, then we bring the eye to the mellophones and the quads, push everything towards that, let the flags across the back work with them, and then bring the eye to the trumpets all the way. So we've evolved the whole idea from this large percussion section. We've really just let the music dictate how the staging would play from there, and now we're in a situation where we can be really powerful and let the guard reflect what's happening across the field. That was a good one. So this is a part of the show where we did have a visual idea first and let the music react in that chromatic run that went across the field. That's not the way the music was originally, but we got in this position, and because it had built low brass to high brass, I was already in a situation where I was in score order. Because we had that previous percussion section where we were full scale across the whole field, and then we pieced it together, stage right to stage left, and we got to this last impact, and I said, guys, we're here. So Michael Miller, who does the brass, and he does an amazing job, said, man, we've got an opportunity here to just do the effect across the field, musically and visually, trumpets all the way down to tubas and back up. And so that something as simple as that is just stopping where we were at and saying, here's an opportunity, let's not just do what was written. They really did an outstanding job, the students and Justin Draper and Jack Borland in developing the stylized movement for the corps. That was a big deal. In order for this idea to work, there really had to be an authentic, stylistic take to really treat this correctly. So now we start to see the silk emerge more. So we've evolved from this moth idea to this idea of starting to actually work with silk. And again, continue on our journey, bringing the wagons into the stage. You can start to see some of the details on the wagons. Don worked really hard on these things, and a great thing about Don is that he hand paints these things. He goes to the core, he is making adjustments. We have Jeff Herr designing our props, who does an amazing job, and then Don really takes it to the next level with the aesthetic treatment. Love this part. This guy from the front ensemble with the tambourine and a wireless mic, originally not here. So we adjusted this moment. He was down on the front ensemble originally, and then actually the second version, he was over here on this stage right box, and then as we evolved this part with the color guard, late June, early July, we realized, wait a minute. Yeah, the battery percussion, Mark and Josh and those guys did a great job, and they were outstanding. These tempos are moving. And then we bring the cocoon back, right? So we're kind of recapping, here's the thread from the cocoon, and now here's more moths and more color, and down the road we go. I love that. What Fernando did throwing the flags there was outstanding. So yeah, I mean, it was a great show to work on.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction
It was amazing to see it evolve again, all over the course of over 2 years. And the things that we did to change it, our job as designers is just setting that up. When they execute what we set up, then you see the success that they had. So it was fun. Very, very proud of it.